Hello, viewers. You're welcome to another wonderful episode of Moment with PJ. And today we have a beautiful topic to discuss long lasting celebrity marriages. What's the secret? I have PJ here to help us explore this topic and teach us, give us an insight to this very topic. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me again, Queen.
Yes, sir. So I miss the celebrity couples who have issues
Yes.
in their marriages that led to separation and divorce. Some have defied the odds and have managed to stay together for several years. Please, can you please tell us the secret of their marriages?
Well, the secret is the same for every other marriages. The willingness to make it work.
Okay.
The willingness to make it work. Marriage is not just all bed of roses. There are ups and there are down moments in every marriage. And same can be said of celebrity marriages. And so it is about them deciding to ensuring that theirs doesn't hit the rock.
Okay.
So it begins with their personal determination to ensuring that this marriage
Must work.
works. Yes. Yes. Among other things. But the number one thing is that there's a determination. And when there's a will, there is a way. That doesn't mean there will be challenges. Challenges will come, but the will is high enough to overcoming the challenges.
Don't you think in some couples, the willingness actually sometimes might be in one person? I'm thinking.
Yes, yeah, that's why I
Normally,
said
one
it is
person
the
might be the one
willingness
driving.
of both of them telling themselves, we've got to make this work.
What if
Of
one
course,
person is
their
not
willingness
willing?
level
Might not be the same.
might not be the same.
I'm
There's
trying to say that.
always the driver
Mhm.
or the one that occupies the driving seat. It might be
Okay.
the guy
It might be the lady.
or the lady, or
That's-
someone sits on the driving seat. That person endures the pain,
Mhm.
endures the challenges.
Mm.
That person is even the one that's even apologizing.
Mm.
Why? He or she had made up his or her mind to
Mhm.
ensuring that our marriage doesn't go the way
Must work.
of others.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is one thing to be willing to have a good home. It's another thing to be determined.
Determined. The word determined.
You understand?
Mm.
Okay, everybody has a will. Okay, yeah, let's make it work. But when the heat of marriage comes, it is our determination that will pull us through.
Mm.
But when you check it, there is one strong person
Mm.
that is pulling the trigger, that is pulling the wheel to ensuring they don't stop on the way.
Mm.
And if you go and check, it's the one that is always at the receiving end.
Mm.
That is the stronger of the two.
Of the two.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, sir, for that explanation. Now, please, can you tell us, help us share what you think is a secret to some of their successful marriages? What can you explain with any celebrities you know?
Okay. Across board, marriages are built on principles. Principles. When we abuse the principle, there is no way the marriage will remain. And so these celebrities that have defied all odds and they're staying together, they've sat down and have effective communication amongst themselves,
Themselves.
discussed these principles, and decided within themselves to applying the principles in their day-to-day life, not permitting their status to affecting them.
Affecting.
If the woman is a celebrity, for example, there is a possibility that her status in the society might want to make her not to be submissive. And one of the foundational truths for successful marriage is that the woman must be submissive. And from the man, he must love the wife. All right? And so they've had conversation, they've communicated, and they discuss the importance of this principle, and they're living by this principle. Now, that they are staying together doesn't mean that they don't have one or two issues,
Okay.
but they've decided amongst themselves not to allow the issues to destroy the friendship. Go and check every celebrity in their marriage. they've come to realize that there is a friendship and there is the issues.
Okay.
So before issues, there is a
Friendship.
friendship. So you don't allow issues to break friendship. Rather, you overcome issues with friendship. Most of them whose marriages hit the rock, they permit issues to shatter their friendship. And so, them staying together can be traced to how their friendship was built. The foundation and the solidity of their friendship, their good communicating skill, and their willingness to abide by the principles that make for good marriages.
Okay, that means it's something they have to do consciously.
No successful marriage is by prayer.
Really?
No. Spirituality is zero in sustaining a marriage.
Hmm.
Spirituality is zero. You must be conscious about it.
Okay.
I'm not saying God or prayer is not important.
Mm.
It is important.
Yes.
But if you depend on prayer alone, your marriage will hit the rock 2 days after the
Yes.
wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, so there must be the agreement
Hmm.
from the two of them,
Hmm.
ensuring that it works.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir, for that explanation. So now, how do you think a celebrity couples can overcome scandals and public scrutiny?
Yes, by the virtue or reason of where they occupy, that trumps can be thrown at them in the form of scandals,
Scandals.
allegations, and all that.
Yeah.
It might be true, it might not be true. All right. For me, allegations is a revelation of how deep their marriage is.
Okay.
If you love your spouse and there are allegations of infidelity, for example,
Hmm.
the natural thing to do is to withdraw. Okay, and start investigating.
Hmm.
But when you love your husband, you don't allow allegations to make you leave him.
Hmm. Very true.
Drag your baby boy to the room, grab his head if need be, and say, "Talk to me. I will stand with you
Hmm.
through thick and thin." Why did you do this? Do you understand? You see, it is the willingness to make marriage work that makes it work. Because allegations will come,
Hmm.
public scrutiny will come. Allegations, they will throw up at certain times. But when there's an understanding between them that let us not just respond to the public when allegation comes, let us talk about it as a couple.
As a celebrity couple,
Yes, let's talk about it as a family.
okay, that means they have to understand first who they are,
Yes,
how famous they are.
yes.
So when allegations come, it should be that's the first thing that'll come to
The
your
first
mind.
thing to do, let me talk with my spouse.
Yes, I understand.
Even if media guy just accosts you and start
Mm.
asking you questions, oh, no problem, I've heard about it. Let me talk to my better half.
Yes.
Keep them in suspense.
Mm.
Don't say a word until you hear from your spouse.
All right.
That is the willingness to make it work.
Mm.
Problems will come. In fact, problems is part of humanity.
Yes.
And so it's also in marriage. But when there is a good communication and the foundation is concretized, they don't just respond to allegation. They talk about it first as couple before they approach the public. Yes.
Okay. In the course of explanation now, you've mentioned one or two of how celebrity people can support each other.
Yes.
So please, can you help us expatiate more on how they can support each other in that regards?
We must come to a point to know that we are humans. And because we are human, we are prone to mistakes. That is not to justify any error that could hamper the unity of their home. But let us put at the back of our minds that one, we are human. And so there's a tendency to sleep or to make a mistake. All right? And it can happen to anybody, from the guy or from the lady. So when we have that understanding, when they have that understanding, the first thing to do is to blame it on imperfection.
Mm.
Then go inside and have a frank conversation with your partner. But they are human. So mistakes are part of humanity.
Yes.
In fact, mistake is like a due we owe to life. Everybody makes mistakes. So on that basis, I have forgiven you before you commit a crime. Go and check them. Any of them staying together, they have decided to forgive themselves even before the crime is committed.
Mm.
Yes, they feel pain. They feel ashamed. But babe, I've forgiven you before you did it, even though I still react. All right? And so they have a forgiving spirit. That's where I'm going.
I understand.
Because marriage is about two forgivers living together.
Yes.
If marriage is all about two forgivers living together, it means it is two offenders living together.
Mm.
Because no forgiveness until there's an offense.
Very
So
true.
they have that understanding. They're ready to forgive. Even though the public opinion may not want them to forgive such a crime. But amidst themselves, they've agreed. Anything I do, no matter how grievous it is, try to forgive me.
Mm.
They have this conversation. So they learn to forgive themselves even before the crime is committed. Then they learn to talk to themselves. Talk to yourself. Before you talk to the public, talk to your spouse. Before you talk to extended family, talk to your spouse. No matter how painful the crime you're accusing him of, talk to your spouse.
The explanation is actually deep. The way you explained it, it takes great understanding to understand what you're talking about.
Marriage is for men of understanding.
Yes. And then to some people, they always expect that someone should be much perfect in doing something. So expecting mistakes, they don't want to hear it and they don't want to see it. You see them react instantly when a little mistake is being done. So your explanation now is
Yeah,
It's
any
really
any
deep.
male or female
mm,
that expects perfection from his or her spouse is not being rational
okay?
because they themselves have an
Their
imperfection.
flaws. Of course.
All right.
But some people don't see their flaws. They tend to see others faster than
When it comes to marriage,
mm,
except you are not ready for it,
for it. Very true.
you must be sincere.
Mm.
You see, I may not plan it. Some things we don't plan.
Very true.
One careless step can lead to one careless action
Mhm.
that lead to careless results. All right.
Mm.
And so when we have this understanding that okay, we are not perfect, we are prone to one or two mistakes. Listen, in the world, this is what we call honest mistake. I can make a mistake honestly. That is the intention is not to hurt
Hurt.
you. Okay, even in the law court, there is a right of first offender. If I steal, God forbid, evil, and I'm taken to court, they go check my track record. Have I stolen before? If I've not stolen, my lawyer can say, "Oh, my judge, please, can you be merciful to Jacob, my client? This is the first time he's stolen. Maybe it was pushed by hunger in the land." And so the penalty will be reduced.
Reduced.
It applies to every
Everything.
sphere of our life.
Mm.
Now, but when it becomes a reputation, then that calls for attention.
Attention.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir, for that explanation. Now, what lessons do you think regular couples can learn from these long-lasting celebrity marriages?
Yes. Number one, be determined to make it work. Number two, learn to forgive your spouse before an offense is committed. Number three, go to the market, look for the commodity called patience. I don't know.
If they sell it anywhere.
If they sell it, go and buy it. Go and buy it. It's expensive. You don't pray for patience.
Mm.
You learn patience
Patience.
through experience. Go and buy it. Okay?
Yes.
Then learn the right way to communicate. Words are powerful.
Very true.
Listen, you may not have an intention to hurt me, but the words I say can so infuriate you, set you in motion to hurting me. And so, in the confines of marriage, we should be careful of our words. Our words can heal.
Mm.
Our words can tear apart.
Yes.
Okay, so a random person should learn these things. Let us use the right words at the right time.
Mm.
And of course, let us be sacrificial.
Mm.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. So finally, sir, please can you help share one key advice for any couple, celebrity or not, on how to build a long-lasting marriage?
I've already heard this and I maintain it. I'll go say two things. Number one, no matter how much you try, your marriage cannot be the best, your marriage cannot be the worst. So don't put yourself under pressure. Number two, no marriage is so bad that it cannot be treated.
Mm.
Number 3, and no marriage is so healthy that don't need a
The
doctor.
doctor.
Don't allow anybody deceive you.
Mm.
Since we got married, we've not had issues. Lies.
That's not true.
Everybody go through similar thing. It's just that our reaction to things are different.
Mm.
So put this in mind. Yours may not be the best, but it can be the worst. Number 2, it is not so bad that it cannot be healed. And it's not so healthy that don't need an input. So marriage is always in work in progress. Some persons can smile together yesterday and today they're heading for the court.
Mm.
So marriage is a constant work in progress. You keep working until you breach your last.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a very good explanation, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on this program.
Thank you.
And dear viewers, kindly share our videos, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And bye.
Shalom, greeting in Jesus' precious name.
Amen.